Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today we're visiting with our amazing community friends from New Horizon, and my first guest is Ashley Miranda.
Yes, ma'am.
From the great state of Oregon.
Yes, ma'am.
Boy, you're a long way from home.
A little bit.
I know, right? Hey, coast to coast.
It's not raining here, so
It's not
okay.
raining, yeah. That's the thing about the great Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
We lived in that area, and when it's sunny, it's very beautiful.
Right.
But when it's not, and it's gray for a very long time.
I think we're the only ones that know how to drive in the rain out here. So.
Exactly right. 'Cause here
Not
when
afraid
it's
of
rain-
it.
Exactly. And so you came to Columbus by way of the military
Yes,
and all
ma'am.
of that, and so that's how you ended up here.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're doing great work with our wonderful community partner, New Horizons.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're with Family Services?
Family support.
Family Support. Okay, and so what is your title?
I'm the family support program coordinator.
Okay.
And so essentially there's two of us, me and Susie. So
So what is it that you all do for families? Are you there as a safety net, you're the wraparound service to help families navigate with children or family members that need additional?
So we're kind of, if you've ever heard of the now and comp waiver, it's just like funding.
Say what now?
The now and comp waiver, it's just funding for, longevity of people that have intellectual developmental disabilities.
Okay, so it's a waiver.
No, so that's the now and comp waiver is it's a wait list and things like that. So we're kind of that to help while people are waiting to get on that and everything.
Okay, so you all are the filling in the gap.
Yes.
Until people get to what that resource is.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And so what we do is it is federal funding. It's through the state, but the good part is. Most things that are through the state or government, it's like an income-based.
Right.
We are actually not income-based.
Really?
We are disability-based.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Not income-based, because I'm an old social worker. It's disability-based.
It's disability-based.
And so oftentimes, unfortunately, if it's income-based, then some people are excluded.
Some people are excluded.
But this, service you all have is because the person has a disability.
And it's not just any disability. For what we do, because we're in family support DD, so we're on the DD side.
Okay, now what is DD?
Developmental disabilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's because you all live in that world and use acronyms all the time, but I just want, I know, but I want to make sure that our viewers know so they can reach out to you all to learn more about this.
So like New Horizons, obviously they cover different things of, behavioral health, mental health, but for us, we are the developmental disabilities portion.
Okay.
And so what our program does is for family members or individuals that have a developmental disability. So that could be autism, which we do have. I would say a pretty majority of our clients that we have a form of autism, whether it's a level 1, 2, or 3.
Okay. Level 1, 2, or 3 of autism, because I know in the old days,
it used to be an umbrella.
It was right.
And so
Hope. I've learned so much from her. Now I'm learning.
She's
some
amazing.
more. Right.
Yeah. So it used to be an umbrella, and I'm learning this because what makes us, me and Susie unique is that my son is 4, and so he was diagnosed, as level 2 autism.
So
when he was 3.
Tell me something about level 2.
So how they
is he verbal or
he is verbal. So the thing with autism or even just any developmental disabilities is, so they changed it to like a level 1, 2, and 3. So 1 being the least severe, 3 being the most severe.
Okay.
But what I've learned in this program, because I'm learning so much, and I'm still learning as a parent as a mother,
living it every day,
and I learn from the families because I was one of those families needing help. My son goes to Easter Seals, needing help, and it helped with financially with helping pay for that.
Exactly.
Because that's really the only place that he can go, and he gets his therapy and things like that, which they're amazing.
There's not a lot of resources.
There's not a lot of resources.
And we're still learning things.
Right. And as far as like daycares and stuff, he did go to normal daycare, but he was had the behavioral challenges.
Right.
And so as far as like the levels, so my son's a level 2. I could have someone else, a client come in and their child's a level 2, but they're completely different.
So it's not a one size fits all.
It's not a one size fits all.
Because their skills and their abilities
It's different.
It's by person.
And that's what I'm learning, because I always assumed, like, oh, level 3 means you're not verbal, you're not this or anything like that. But then as I would have clients come in, knowing what my son is, like at first he wasn't verbal, but then with speech therapy, which early intervention is very big and is very important that you do. And so he was 3 when he was diagnosed, so I got him into all the therapies. And so that is so important for them to have that ABA, that learning, which ABA is helping with like the behavioral challenges and things of that sort, and to navigate that. But so my son wasn't verbal, and then now you can't really tell that he is. When he's happy, he stims. So stimming, he gets excited, and I call his lobster claws, and so, but then I've had other clients come in whose children are level 2, but they're not verbal. They might be a sensory avoider, which a sensory avoider is they don't like loud noises, so they need headphones. My son is all boy, he is not a sensory avoider, but so
he's a tough guy.
So learning that, I'm learning that like they're all different, and so they can be certain levels, but they are all different. And so that's the beauty of this, is what makes us unique is not only were we families originally before we worked here wanting this support,
So you learned as a mother with the small child.
Yes.
And your learning introduced you to this community of resources.
Yes.
And then now you are part of the team.
The team.
That's providing services for other families like yourself.
Yes.
So we didn't have a lot of things in the military side of the house. You had to go out into the economy.
And we do cover Fort Benning too.
Okay, but on Fort Benning proper, we didn't, because I know you former military spouses.
Right.
My husband was in the military. No, and so a lot of things are not on base.
Right.
So you needed to go outside of the gates.
Yeah, and so the thing is a lot of people, so you have to be a Georgia resident. Okay. And a lot of people don't think we cover Fort Benning or whatnot. We do have military families. Okay. So we do actually cover, we are in, us specifically, we're in Region 6. There's different regions because we fall under the Department of Behavioral Health Developmental Disabilities.
Right. So that's multiple counties.
It's multiple, they call them regions, so it's multiple regions throughout the state of Georgia.
Extra counties is more than just Muskogee in Region 6.
Yes, in Region 6, yes ma'am. And so the thing is how, as being a family, we understand that's what makes us unique when people come in, because it is hard, It is hard, and families don't really, they know they need help, but they don't know what help that they need. There's things where they need incontinence supplies. That can be expensive, diapers, wipes. Sure. Therapies, like we do things where we are the payer of last resort, so we help with things that insurance doesn't cover. Okay. So like therapies, they can do equine therapy, they can do swimming therapy.
It just gives them other activities that provides relief to families.
And we even do things like, because there are, older kids, we can help with them doing driving lessons, to have independence. Yeah, so there's different things. Obviously, there's stipulations because it is the state and everything. But what Susie and I do is we really advocate for the families, and we really try to make it work, but with still following under the lines of New Horizons and the Department of Behavioral Health. But that's why we are unique, and that's what makes us special, is that we understand, but we also try to help families, and we create these individualized plans for each family. So
there's not a one-sided.
It's not a one-sided. So they come in and we talk to them, we get to know them, we get to know their family member, and we create these plans for them on their needs.
And that's important. Well, what we're going to do is go to our break, to our sponsor. We're going to bring Susie and hear all of her great things she has to share with us, and then we'll come back, the three of us.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rhymes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. Progressive Funeral Home. Family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road. Trusted by generations. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I am so happy to have our community partners, New Horizons, here, and Susie Reeder has joined the team. Susie started out as a parent. You have a child on the autism spectrum.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you saw me your first time probably at the fundraiser, the
Yes.
Autism Gala at Green Island that our wonderful friend Diane Pope
Love Ms.
would
Pope.
host. Just amazing. And she's been doing this hard work, heavy lifting by herself for a very long time.
She's amazing.
She is, and thankless job and dragging things from here and there all over the community. And of course, she has supported us. This is our 13th season, and she's been with us at least 10 years.
She's one of those who I tell her, you walked so we could run. You
Oh, I love
paved
that.
the way
Yes.
for so many of us.
And she was a mother like you and Ashley that just was persistent.
Yes.
And she even taught the people. I love when she tells her story, how she taught the people at Auburn University, because they kept saying that Gary was this brilliant kid. Yes, he was.
Yes,
But
yes.
she kept saying something is not right.
Yeah.
And of course, that was 30-something years ago. And of course, we always brag on him because he's a college graduate, driving a
Yeah.
car, you know, 2 businesses, all of that.
Yes.
So, you know,
It can be
Gary's,
done.
It can be done. And so you have joined the team, but you started as a parent.
Yes, I started as just being in the program. I once, sat in the chair not knowing what the program really was, what it could offer me. And
how old is your baby?
He's now 8.
Is he?
He's
Oh,
8,
wow.
yeah, and
So
he
when
was-
you started out as a parent,
Yes.
And you said he was born in what, New York?
Yeah,
Because you
New
are,
York.
yeah, right, because you're military.
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
All right, and so you came to Columbus, Fort Benning with your husband, who
Yes.
is he active duty?
Yeah, he's retired now. But
Okay,
yeah.
he was active duty when you first came.
Yes.
Okay, and so we get to keep you here and get some work out of you.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's a good thing, because I already told Chloe we got to get about 15 more years out of her. I don't know if the Army's going to allow that, but we need
We're
good
gonna
people.
try.
We need good people
Yes.
in these roles.
Yes.
And so your baby is 8.
Yes.
And so where is he on the spectrum?
So he was diagnosed as a level 2, and now he just recently was re-diagnosed as a level 1. So he's
Really?
moved up. Yep, that's always the plan, is to try to move him up to that level 1, and he succeeded.
Really?
Yes.
So was he nonverbal or verbal or?
He's verbal, but he's
Okay.
always been delayed.
Okay.
So we had to do things like speech therapy, any therapies that were available. I was like, let's try them.
Right.
Let's see what he could do. Anything that they said he might qualify, where do I sign up?
Exactly.
You know,
you were willing.
Absolutely.
And you were thirsty.
Yes.
And you were not how some parents are reluctant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and of course now you're working in the social service side of it. And
Yeah.
so you see that with some parents.
Oh, absolutely. And
Right.
It's not for everyone.
Right.
There's some individuals who it's not for them, but you always don't know until you try.
Right. And it's worth trying.
I think it's worth trying, and there's a lot of therapies I never would have known about except for this program where people teach me.
Right.
Parents come in and say, oh, did you know there's a new therapist? Nope, tell me about it. Let me write it down, and I reach out to them. I find out about them, and now I can also pass on that information, and I can use it for my child.
Right.
And those therapies are not free.
I know, right? And that's how a lot of people get left behind because
Yes.
they couldn't, things were income based and they could not afford them.
Exactly.
And so now with you and Ashley and you all being a wraparound service,
Yes.
you all learn more.
Yes.
And then you can share more.
So much things I never ever would have known, never would have thought of.
So what are some of the therapies that your child, 8 years old now?
Yes, ma'am.
And now we're at level 1. We went from
Yep.
2 to 1.
2 to 1,
So we
yes.
got great progress.
Yes.
Yes. And so what therapies did he have? He had speech therapy?
Speech therapy, occupational therapy, applied behavioral analysis, which is ABA. We're now doing cognitive behavioral therapy, equine therapy. We're now doing, we do swimming, which is taught by a physical therapist.
Oh, really?
Yes, she does amazing
A
adaptive
physical
swimming.
therapist here in Columbus
Yes, ma'am.
is teaching swimming.
Yes, she does. She's amazing.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. And I
Yes.
think I'm supposed to know a lot of things. No, because, you know, I'm an old social worker. Yeah, so, yeah, that's useful information.
Yes.
Because usually some parents are resistant because they think it's going to Parks and Rec.
Right, no.
And- right,
Yeah,
so
no.
this is private.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't provide the services.
Right.
We help out financially
Right.
with the services. And I tell everyone,
But it's
especially
not the general public because that's sometimes too much stimulation.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes. So for this, it's a private swimming lesson. There's usually sometimes one or two other kids in there.
Okay.
But I tell families when they're like, oh, my son loves water, but I'm nervous about swimming.
Right.
That's why you get them in. Autism, they're usually very drawn to water.
Okay. 'Cause
You
it's
need to get them
soothing?
in those lessons.
It's
They love
soothing.
that input.
Okay.
That input in the water. They love splashing in it. They love a lot of things about water normally. Now, not every child is the same.
Right.
If you met one child with autism, you've met one child with autism.
Exactly.
One might like it, one might not. But in general, they usually love the water. So you want to make sure they're safe. They can get in the water, they can float on their back and get to the side and get out. Or just also be able to swim, the strokes, everything. I would rather spend so much money on swimming lessons and never use them than wish every day
wish
of my
that
life
you had
that I had.
used those.
It's huge.
And so with the families that come in, how do they schedule appointments with you all, or you all have normal weekly sessions? How does that work?
Great question. So the first step is to apply for our program.
Okay.
Our website does have our application right on it, so you can go right to the New Horizons website.
Okay.
It's a very simple application.
Okay.
And we have about 5 or 6 required documents, supporting documents. So that's like a copy of the psychological evaluation that
Copy of the psychological evaluation. The reason I want you to repeat those very carefully, because sometimes people, when they listen to this show, they miss things. And then they will email me, text me, or send me a message and say, well, I reached out to them and they didn't help me. But you have 5 things, is it?
it's about 5, yeah.
About 5 that they are required to have
Yes.
in order to take advantage of this wonderful service.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We have to submit those applications off to the state for approval. We don't approve them on our level. We have to submit them.
Okay.
So we need
So
proof of
you're
residency.
gathering the information. Listen,
Yes.
people. They send it to the state, and the state approves.
send it to the state,
Right.
yes.
Your team.
Yes.
Sends it to the state approves.
Yes.
So it's not done at a personal level here in Muskogee
Right.
County. I want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there, because
Yes.
sometimes people don't understand the process.
Yes.
And they get frustrated.
Yes, and I don't
Okay.
want to tell someone for sure, yes, your child qualifies, because I'm not the one that approves it.
Okay.
So, and if they do disqualify them or say, nope, they don't qualify, we still try to get them qualified, and we've had people the region says no, if they don't qualify, and we'll get around it with a doctor's note or something.
You're
We
trying to
still
help
work.
them to find a way
Absolutely.
to get some services.
Absolutely,
Right.
yes.
So they need to go to the New Horizons website.
Yes.
And how is it listed? Is it just general, or would it say families? Okay.
IDD section. So it has our cover letter, which
Okay.
lists the supporting documents, so they're right there.
Okay.
And there's an application agreement.
Okay.
They fill that out, send it with the supporting documents. They can email it to us, or they
Okay.
can bring it right to the office. Either one works.
Okay.
And then we take it from there. If they're approved, we will call them for an intake appointment.
Okay.
And at that intake appointment, we ask so many questions. So we get to know the child, we get to know their needs, their disability, and that's how we build that profile, and we figure out how can we help them with their set funding. Each
Okay.
year you get a set amount of funding.
Okay.
And we try to figure out how, based on their disability, how can we best help them that year.
And you put down, you create an individual plan.
Yes, an individual, yes.
All right. Well, I like that. What we're going to do is go to our final break. We're going to bring Ashley on, and the 3 of us, we're going to wrap it up.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Even at lower speeds, a crash between a bicyclist and motor vehicle can cause broken bones and traumatic brain injuries. Busy intersections are particularly dangerous for cyclists. Wear a helmet, stop at red lights, use hand signals, yield to pedestrians. Bike safe, bike smart.
Paid for with grant funds from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The Miley Agency, Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. New Horizons Behavioral Health, building better lives in the Chattahoochee Valley, providing services to persons with mental illness, developmental disabilities, and addictive diseases. Located in the Health and Human Services Building, 2100 Comer Avenue, Columbus, or call 706-596-5500. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy.
And welcome back to Straightforward. This has been a good visit with our community partners from New Horizons, my new friends Ashley,
Yes, ma'am.
and
Susie.
They're very new, and usually we have Chloe and the veterans here. So we have these two great moms. They have walked the walk with children with developmental disabilities.
Yes, ma'am.
And now they are serving other families. And that's the thing I like about New Horizons, and I learned this from the New Horizons people when they say lived experience. And that's very important because, as I shared with you all, just meeting you from the New Horizons team, I was an old social worker.
Right.
And so even when you have your internships and all of that, you don't learn everything.
No.
And so you all had firsthand experience as moms.
Yeah.
And so you came in with a wealth of knowledge that a new social worker straight out of college wouldn't have.
Right.
Because you had the babies, and then you had to go through the growth and the development.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, for the month of March, we're celebrating.
IDD awareness.
IDD awareness.
What is IDG, y'all acronym people?
Intellectual Developmental Disability Awareness Month.
Okay.
So,
And that includes several things.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Big.
It's a big spectrum.
Yes.
Right. So we know we have 2 children on the autism spectrum.
Yes, ma'am.
But then there are other disabilities.
Oh, yes.
they
That's
can have auditory processing disorder. They could have, we have spina bifida,
spina
speech delay.
bifida.
Yep.
Okay.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome is included in that too.
And a lot of times they have secondary diagnosis where you see a lot with autism and things like that, like ADHD and depressive disorder, things like
Okay,
that.
so they could have a secondary
Yep.
diagnosis.
Typically, it's pretty common to have a secondary diagnosis.
Okay,
with,
and I learned that with another community partner where they have a dual diagnosis.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But
Right.
ADD or ADHD by itself is not considered
a developmental disability.
Oh, really?
Not yet.
So
Not yet.
singularly,
Yes.
attention deficit disorder is not considered
not considered
Nope.
developmental disability yet.
as
Yeah.
of yet.
As of yet.
But if it's paired with another
Yep.
diagnosis.
So how it works is the main, and I should say this, so I know we didn't mention this, but we actually don't age out either. So you have to be 3 by the time you get, you have to be 3 years old, and then you have to have received your developmental disability by the age of 18. But we have adults, in their 60s on our thing. You don't age out at all. If you do,
So this is not like defense where you age out.
Right.
nope,
No,
you
you
do
don't.
not age out. You just have to meet those guidelines. And like I said about the non-comp waiver, if you do receive the non-comp waiver, you come off of our program because you're getting obviously I wouldn't say better funding, but the more longevity,
level of
the next
care.
level of care.
The next level
Yep.
of care.
And so,
So that means it covers more.
Oh, way more.
right, when
Yes.
just so people know, we comb through, like applications will come, like I said, it's just us two.
Right.
We're not a huge department, so
Right.
we work together. And so what we do is when we get applications, we do comb through it. I mean, we have to go through it because we want to make sure when we submit this, we want to make sure that their chances of approval are great. And then also if there's something missing or not working, we actually will reach out. Like we don't just sit there.
You're
Like,
gonna
we
help
will
them
reach out
put the
and help
package
out
together the right way.
And it's their responsibility to get it to us. And a thing is, if you do fill out the application, it's better to have wait to turn it in until you have all the documents, everything ready to go, because we can't submit it to the region until we have every single one of those. So, and that it hits every single guideline. So we really do try very hard to advocate and to get, you know, these families approved.
For the services
possible,
they need.
yeah.
So, let me recap this. When you all receive these packets, they're going to go to the website and they are required to get those. I think it's about 5 things, 4 or 5. If it's 6, you need to get those first.
Yeah, and it tells you on the front page.
And it will tell you on the front page.
Very easy.
Then when it comes before you all review those. You do your best to make sure that it has everything that the state is asking you to be in the package so it can be approved.
Yep.
I just want to explain the process.
Yeah.
And then once the package is complete, as far as you all know, after you have reviewed it, if it's something that's not there, you're going to ask the families to provide that. So when you send it up to Atlanta, you've done your best.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So our region is actually here in Columbus.
Okay, so it's in this
it's very not very quick. We give them about 30. We say about 30 days. It can take maybe a little bit longer depending on how many. But they work really hard at Region 6 to
try
go
to get
through them
and see if people are approved.
And we will advocate, like she had mentioned before, that if for some reason it does come back denied, we will come through it again, because I have done this where there were 2 people that got denied and advocated with the region, and we got them approved.
Right,
so,
just to figure out where something might have been left off, could have been clarified more to make sure the families are getting the services.
We currently have over 200 families locally in the program, and we have room to grow.
In this program?
Yeah.
Really?
We have room to grow.
Oh, with room to grow.
Yes, and there's no wait list.
You know what? That's why I like social workers.
Yep.
It's 2 people and you all have 200 families.
Yes.
See, but people don't understand that, and this is not a get-rich job.
Yeah.
This is why, because I used to tell people that, even with all the degrees, the credentials, and the experience, has to be a labor of love.
Yep. Yes.
So you have 2 people serving more than 200 families, and what did you just say? There's room to grow?
There's room to grow. We do not have a wait list.
Really?
And we, like I said, to make a change, we've seen where we've had to advocate for our own children, and I feel like I speak for hopefully both of us that to make a change, you got to get involved, right? If you want to see change or you want to better the system, and we both are passionate about that. Like we're actually getting out there in the footwork. I've pushed it to Muskogee County School District a lot. Where my son goes to Easter Seals of the director, the CEO there, to kind of push it to give these families, because unfortunately, a lot of people, I would feel like, really don't know.
They don't know.
Actually,
and that's what we try to use this show for, to educate and inform.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny is Susie, we were friends before this, is the one that told me about the program.
Okay, and so now you all have joined the team and you're helping other families.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you all for doing that, and I love the point that you said there's still room to grow.
Yes.
Continue the good work, and we will continue to stand behind you and cheer you on.
We appreciate it. Thank you
for having us.
thank you
so much. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.